Welcome to Asian English News Bulletin. This is Syed Mahir Zaman Mukhar with our top stories of the day. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina urged the international partners to support the efforts of Bangladesh to implement its National Adaptation Plan (NAP) for 2023 to 2050, which requires a total of $230 billion. The Premier said this while opening the global hub on locally led adaptation at Foreign Service Academy here, joining virtually from her official residence Gana Bhavan. She said Bangladesh government now spends 6 or 7% of its GDP for climate adaptation and has recently launched the NAP for 2023 to 2050, mentioning that Bangladesh has set up a climate change trust fund back in 2009 after COP15 with its own resources. She said the fund has so far implemented 800 projects for both climate adaptation and mitigation. The Premier also called upon all major carbon-emitting countries to further enhance the scope of their nationally determined contributions in parallel. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today urged the Japanese businessmen to make larger investment in Bangladesh. The Prime Minister said this while outgoing Ambassador of Japan to Bangladesh, Ito Naoki, paid a courtesy call on her at her official Gana Bhavan residence. The Japanese envoy highly appreciated the socio-economic advancement of Bangladesh under the dynamic and visionary leadership of Sheikh Hasina, hoping that the development would be continued in the days ahead. The Premier has sought continuous support of Japan in Bangladesh development, while the Japanese envoy assured of always staying beside Bangladesh in its development efforts. BNP's Nagapaltan office has opened after 4 days as all the barricades were removed from the road in front of the office a day after the party's Dhaka rally. The office had remained locked since Wednesday's clash between BNP men and the police. Since then, law enforcers didn't allow anyone to enter the office. BNP's acting office secretary Imran Saleh Prince, along with several lawyers, entered the office around 1 p.m. BNP lawmakers submitted their resignation to Speaker of Parliament Dr. Shirin Shamin Chowdhury as part of the anti-government movement. 5 of the 7 BNP lawmakers went to the Parliament around 11 a.m. and submitted their resignation. The MPs who have resigned are Muhammad Aminul Islam of Chapai Navganj 2, Muhammad Zahidur Rahman of Thakurgaon 3, Muhammad Musharraf Hussain of Bogura 4, Ghulam Muhammad Shiraj of Bogura 6, and Rumin Farhan, a lawmaker from a seat reserved for women. On Saturday, 7 BNP lawmakers announced their resignation from Parliament from the Gulab Bagh rally. By-elections to the constituencies left vacant by the BNP lawmakers who resigned will be held soon after the Parliament Secretariat issues a gadget declaring them vacant, according to Election Commission sources. Election Commission Additional Secretary Ashok Kumar Debnal said if a Parliament seat becomes vacant 180 days before the end of the term of the Parliament, a by-poll will have to be held according to the law. Election Commissioner Mohammad Alamgir said the Commission would make a decision once it received the gadget. By-elections will be held to those constituencies within 90 days of the date of gadget issuance, he added. A Dhaka court has fixed Monday for the hearing of the bail petitions of 7 top BNP leaders, including its Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir and Standing Committee member Mirza Abbas, in a case over the clash between the police and the party activists in Nagapaltan. Dhaka Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Rizal Karim Chowdhury passed the order when the council sought bail on Sunday. The remaining 5 who sought bail are BNP's Dhaka South City Unit Convener Abdul Salam, Publication Secretary Shahiuddin Chowdhury Ani, Joint Secretary Khairul Kabir Khokon, former Organizing Secretary Fazlul Haq Milan, and Party Leader Selim Reza Habib. Now sports. Morocco made history as the first African team to reach the World Cup semi-finals with a 1-0 win over Portugal, sending home another European power during a scintillating Cinderella run in Qatar. After a winning loaded Group F featuring Belgium, Canada and current World Cup semi-finalists Croatia, Morocco defeated Spain in a penalty shootout, leading into the quarterfinals, and in the biggest game in the nation's history. The Atlas Lions cobbled together a stalwart performance that saw a 42nd minute header from Yusuf En-Nesri become the match winner. This is it for now, and stay tuned with Asian English News Bulletin and visit www.asiantvonline.com. Take care.